Hey folks, alright, I got a really special treat for you. The day has come when we start getting more in depth with one of my favorite topics. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. Build a little anticipation here. Really beautiful little spot here, you can see. And a friend of mine told me that there's a really beautiful, huge, and special banyan tree here. So he didn't give me a specific location, but I drove down the road and I was looking around. He said you can't see it directly. I saw one really big banyan tree there, and that wasn't it. I don't think. That was really cool. Excuse me. And I just kept going a little bit further, and I think I found it. So I saw this little path parked on the side of the road that people have been walking down here. I think it keeps going down here to the beach or something. But there's also this path, little path here. And I want to just prepare you. It was like when I saw this and walked in here, like it really struck me. Like I was actually really struck. I entered and then I just like had to sit. And I started walking around in there a little bit, but like very just like for a moment. And I just had to just take you with me for my first time walking on this banyan tree. It's really special. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go check it out. So this is probably my favorite tree, the banyan tree. And this is going to bring us into a topic which we're just going to start out with, and I'm going to explain to you right now. And this is a very special and dear topic to my heart. You can see this cord here. The banyan tree grows in a very special way. It's thought to be a parasitic tree, however. It gives a negative connotation. But it drops these little rootlets down from branches. You can see there's one all the way up there. Let's take a look. See that? All the way up there, this little cord that comes all the way down. Comes all the way down to here, right? And it's really, it's very strong. Like I could easily climb this. And it's merging with another branch here, another rootlet. And once the rootlets hit the ground, see this one hasn't hit the ground yet, all right? See, this is still loose. Looks a little dry, looks a little withery, but it's gonna hit the ground. See this? But it will hit the ground. Once it does, it starts firming up very quickly. See, this one is already kind of touched. This one is more recently touched, right? And it's pretty firm. I don't want to pull too hard because it's newly touched. See how it's going around going around this branch up here. So the banyan tree has very thin bark, and because of that, trees with thinner barks allow for it to more easily, you can see in this little spot right here, see this? This is one, this is another one, and they're merging. This is what I call bonding. This phenomena is not unique to banyan trees, however, happens very quickly and easily with banyan trees. And I have some theory and stuff like that that I developed on it, which I will not share today, but we will get into. But this provoked me. I was sitting in a banyan tree one day, because they're very easy to climb. Let's climb this together. Let's get up in here. See if I can do it with one hand. It's like climbing a ladder. It's really easy to climb these. Yeah. Woo, see this? Oh, look at this, is so beautiful. It's so fun. See this? I mean, oop. Okay, come back to me. Okay. So I'm like 30 feet in the air, and it took me just a second to get up here. Right? Now, see all these branches weaving around me here? You can see up above me here. And right here, see these ones here are growing into each other. So as in a banyan tree, come back to me. So as in a banyan tree just like this, years ago, many years ago now, about 7 years ago, that I first got the idea. I was like, I'm in the tree, okay? And this is basically my train of thought. I'm in a tree like this, and I'm looking around like, wait a minute, I'm really lazy. I would like to make my own home, but how do I do it in the most efficient, simplest way, right? And it's not that I'm lazy, it's just I'm very careful with my energy and I also want to do things in a very ecological way. It's like, what about this? Look at this rope right here, you know? What if I just take these little rootlets and weave them around me, basically? Could I create a structure, create a form? And after a lot of research, I spent about 2 years very in depth with this topic and learned CGI, 3D modeling, and spent a lot of time learning videography in order to just kind of get my skills up to the part where I could start sharing this. And the result was that yes, it is possible to create a living structure, and I found examples that hint at this around the world. And a huge kind of like absence of trees being used for living trees being used for actual creation of functional form. We use them in Disney bushes, creating sculptures and stuff like that, but for actual practical living structure for form, it seemed like we were very absent in our culture, and I wondered why. So I did a lot of research and I wrote a book called The Living Treehouse Manual, and that is kind of in need of being repaired, and I will do that. But for the time being, this is where it all started, and this is going to be a topic we're going to come back to, and it's a very cool topic. Oops, sorry, I started shaking the camera on you. But this is the tree par none for creating a living tree house. Banyan trees, and there's a whole bunch of varieties of banyan trees. They're in the ficus family, which is related to figs, same family as figs. But if you just look around, you can see how amazing it is. And supposedly Buddha was enlightened under a tree in this family, the ficus family, the Bodhi tree, which is closely related. So anyways, I want to thank you for joining me on this one. This is a very special. Let me just show you another. Look, you can see over here. See this tree? These branches over here? These are entirely separate branches, and then they merge with a whole nother tree all the way over there. So you can really practically create roads. We can really practically create roads. I think we need to go down and just look a little bit more around down here just to kind of get another idea here before we part on this particular video. Let's go down this way. This looks cool. You can see all the shapes here. Oh, it's very dark on the camera. Okay, let me just show you an example here. Now that I explained the concept, all right? So here's the branch, right? And it's coming along here. And then all the way over here, we have another branch and another one all the way over here. Here and here. And this are both really, really strong. Whole new tree can form from over here, and that's what we're walking through. This is all strong material for new posts for foundation. Now, there's some very fundamental differences between a living structure and, see, we all live in trees typically. We live in tree houses. We all live in tree houses, except that the method for creating our tree houses are different, because most houses are made out of trees, so it's a tree house, right? So, oops. So here, check this one out. This is a whole new one that's been created off of it. See this? All the way over here. Here's a great example. This is like a super highway over here. See this one? Look at this. This is one long branch here with all of these little things that are, all these little foundation points that are coming off along here. You can put a lot of weight on this if you need to. Look at how many, I mean, this could be the frame for one wall here.